All right. Hey, everybody. We are back with another one of our High Noon program testimonies, this time with Philip. Philip, would you like to introduce yourself a bit?
Hi, Andy. Thank you for inviting me. Yes, so I'm Filip Shimoni. I'm originally from Slovakia, but I already live in Austria a couple of years with my wife. She's Austrian, so we are blessed since 2014. So it's been a while. We have two kids. So I have a son. He's gonna be 5 in 1 week, and my daughter she turned 3. Us as a couple, we both tend to do things intense and being more a little bit emotional from time to time. So from the character, people would say that would be a two rhinos that
Mm.
sometimes clash and have some situation to solve, but actually if we get in sync and if we have a common goal, we are a very good team, and we can take any challenges on.
This is great. Two
Yeah.
rhinos. Yeah. So if the rhinos are running together, it's a power couple. And then from time to time, the rhinos clash with each other for some sharpening the horns.
Yes. To clarify some things, sometimes there needs to be some face off and some discussion. But it works for us because at least we don't avoid the issues. We face them, and
Mhm.
this helped us to go through the challenges and difficulties in the past. So I think it's fine. It's good to find some balance. What when to be a considerate rhino, and when
Yeah.
to just go and go for the goal and reach something. And
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Okay. And you and your wife, you joined Radiant this last cycle, this year, 2025. And I remember there was a bit of a hesitation, right? You sent us this message. You were looking forward to the program, but you weren't sure whether this is only for young couples. And you've been blessed for 11 years already, right? So we let you know, yeah, actually, every other participant will be much younger in their blessing years. And it's up to you if you want to join. Um, what happened for you at the beginning? What inspired you to join and then also to stay um, once you figured that you'd be the oldest couple, so to speak?
yes, so we actually have been checking Heinemann websites and program already longer time, and we actually have attended Heinemann program, a School of Love before, which is meant for the parents, and it's somehow helping the parents to talk about sex, and somehow to be more open with the kids, and building a relationship. So this was actually a very good experience for us. We are looking already on a high-end website and checking what's there, and we've seen lots of good content. We really enjoyed a lot of testimonies, a lot of videos, and we have been thinking for a longer time. This could be really useful for our couple. It could help us to grow and to go a bit deeper, and maybe to solve some things that we, even after 11 years, still struggling with, and still need to clarify and somehow get, yeah, go a little bit one layer deeper, I would say. And yes, and then we have seen that this Radiant program, uh, we somehow mix it up also with the Radiant couples. We have seen the new initiative that is meant for the couples that are not only newly blessed,
Mhm.
and this somehow really got our interest. Is okay, so maybe this is the time where we can also join, because before we have considered the program as this is meant for the newly blessed couples,
Mm.
and now we somehow have read the message. Okay, it's not only for newly blessed couples. So we thought, okay, let's try it out, and then we registered, and then we have seen the content, and in content still had a lot of give it the vibe, and somehow the message, okay, this is mostly focused on people who are not that long married yet. We have been considering if it makes sense to actually go for it and do this, if it makes sense for everyone. But we did, yeah. And yeah, we really participated full course, and it was definitely good decision. It was worth it. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, happy to hear that it still ended up being a good decision. In what ways would you say that participating in Radiant was, how did it impact you and your wife and your relationship with each other?
Yes. So um, as you can imagine, with the full-time jobs and two kids and lots of other activities, there's very little time, and somehow even though we we have common goals with my wife, and we have the same kind of thinking, same kind of setup what we want to reach. Often we just don't have enough time or energy or somehow mental setup to really sit down and discuss some issues, or discuss some old things that we didn't solve, or have these difficult conversations. So for us, it was really useful that we could have this clear clear time schedule, and that we could reserve time for us, and we could commit. So commitment was really good, because if you commit, you just you just go for it, and even though you had a bad day or something, or a really busy schedule, you still know, okay, I have this appointment today, and I think it's valuable, and I will take a part. So it brought us closer, I would say, because we always use this time already before the meetings to watch the videos, go through the questions, and somehow somehow we could go deeper. We could really reflect and talk about stuff, and also the program is well made. So there's the questions that are really uh, going into the right right to the point, going to the areas that are really helpful to discuss with the partner, and especially if what helped us was really talk about more sex, and talk about communication, and how do we approach things differently, and with what kind of mentality, what kind of setup we we do this. So this was very helpful for me personally. It also gave me somehow a mirror to uh, to realize that things are not just black and white, and that I might not like some things that my wife would do and whatever, and would be annoyed by some things, but somehow I've come a little bit closer in accepting her. It's somehow it's a process. So even though we are together a very long time, there's always it's never really unconditional. It's always this thinking about the partner. Okay, I like him. I want to do something for the partner, but there comes things in between, and thanks to this course, I could really realize that those things that I see as a flaws, or as some kind of things that are challenges for me, this can actually help me grow, and can show me the other side of the picture, and can through them I can understand my wife then better, and see, okay, mm, she sees it like this because she's coming from different family background, he has different experience, and actually this is all for my benefit. Something what I can really learn, and I can go deeper and somehow get to know her each day, each month more and more, and uh, also create this connection. Yeah, and maybe one point what also somehow got me uh, uh, during the course was to realize that actually there's a third aspect of our relationship. It's me, it's my wife, and then there's the relationship itself. So then there's this somehow this concept of a third person, of this third aspect in our relationship. This that must be nurtured, that must be somehow taken care of, and that needs support. So it's like we are building this atmosphere together. We're building this this environment where our couple can either thrive, or it can have a troubles if we didn't work on this. And it somehow gave me motivation to maybe invest more, take some personal time for her, like a date night, or do some nice little things that would support this environment and this bubble we live in. And also what I'm somehow missing, and what I learned is very important to also get the support from outside. If there is something that the environment is already toxic, or really challenging, it's okay to ask for help. It's good to get advice, and to get support, instead of somehow burying the issues or running away.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. You already went ahead and shared so many nuggets, golden nuggets from your experience in Radiant. Um, what is something that stood out to you? You said there were some things that you figured were maybe heavy, or you saw as bad things, or like problems in your relationship, that then you had like a change of perspective by participating in the program, and that became more like, oh, these are things that we can grow from, and they're not bad necessarily. It's just us, our relationship. Do you want to share a bit more about that?
Yeah, sure. They they're generally coming. I mean, there's many types of differences, but some of them are like a different thinking, or different approaching of a situations, right? It's like, could be classical example is a finance, right? So people me and my wife are very different in that sense, right? So I would always consider myself, like I do this thing better, because I maybe take time, and I plan the things ahead that I buy, and I check what's useful, and so on, so on. And she would be more like spontaneous and unplanned, and this kind of stuff. And this this somehow was one of the many examples where we would clash, and I would think always that, oh, I'm right. I'm right, and she doesn't get it. She doesn't get it. But with the somehow understanding, thanks to the program, I could somehow connect with her and really listen to her, and she's explaining me why she does things differently. Like uh, like with the buying stuff, like this would be actually, her approach has also some benefits that I might not be considering before. Like, she might be happier, and these spontaneous purchases are she might just spontaneously buy something to someone and make it happy, or or uh, or she would be herself, more free, wouldn't feel maybe that that pressure that I would be building up like this. so to myself, okay, you need to be cautious and so on, so on. Or or there are many other things like some habits why we act like in certain situations, why would she be so stubborn in some situations. And then if you if I go with the approach that she's doing something wrong, I'm completely missing the point, right? I'm completely unable to connect and unable to somehow understand why she's reacting like this in this situation. But if I go with the approach of you're doing it differently, I'm very interested why you act like this in this way. Maybe. And if I approach the situation with the interest, I might figure it out. Okay, in the past she might be doing this and that, and she had this kind of situation, and if when she was stubborn, this helped her to go through this or whatever. Yeah, and maybe some of the nuggets. Yeah, there's so many nuggets that could be discussed in this short call, but I think what I found really interesting is simply to open up, and for me to be more accepting, and to learn more.
Mhm.
Also, not only also from her, but also in this setup through the other participants that might have very different experience, and they might have different situation or similar situation that they approach differently. And this is really something very, very useful, and something that um, mm, you cannot do on your own.
Yeah. Thank you for going a bit deeper into that. Yeah, and you kind of mentioned it at the end. I wanted to ask, how did the experience of being in a group with other husbands, right, contribute? You said like hearing other husbands, couples, stories, similar situations perhaps, and how they've dealt with it. Is there more that you would like to share?
Yes. Uh, so of course, everyone has a specific situation. Everyone has a specific relationship with its partner and its own history and own development. So even though in our group there were uh, mostly men or mostly couples that are not as long together as I would be with my wife. Uh, still, they brought some new concepts, new ideas that I could benefit from, or I could just reflect. But even just by listening to their problems and listening to their concerns, uh, it somehow started the process of my own self-reflection. So if someone's sharing a problem with you, someone naturally it starts in my head starts the process. Okay, what could be done, or how I would be reacting is like and how what would be actually maybe possible best reaction. And somehow it helps it if there is some question or some issue that I haven't really thought about before, but it's being brought up in these discussions and stuff. Then it helps me also to figure it out for myself somehow. So I get an opportunity to listen to them
Mhm.
and rethink also how I think, and in ideal scenario, share something ideally personal, and something what might be useful for the other brother.
Mhm. Got it. Yeah. So you were able to kind of utilize and tap into collective wisdom and have like brainstorming sessions together, right, as husbands, where it's like, oh, okay, this is how I would respond, but maybe there's, if we put all our heads together, how could I have responded, right, in that situation in a better way? And there you have it. It sounds like even though you were a little older, it didn't like impact your experience too much. It still was an experience where everybody was able to kind of help each other, and maybe you were in a position sometimes where you were able to share from your experience a bit more.
Yes, yes, exactly. So, and this is actually good. So it's actually positive to be able to share something from own experience, because this is how not only others benefit from hearing some new situation, but somehow I can process what happened to me and realize, okay, I have done this and that in situation, but actually I know that probably this would be the better way to uh, react. And this is somehow the process.
Yeah.
And of course, the specific thing is that if you have a right setup and the right mentality, if you go into this group with the somehow open heart and really just being involved, really being involved, not just sit up and listen, but really being involved. This is the way how you can get the most out of it and how you can give the most. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, very nice. And one thing I wanted to kind of dig a little bit deeper. We have different couples, right? We have had couples or spouses participate in the program who, at the end of it, they were like, "Oh, I expected more topics around relationship. How to create a good relationship and communication." And then we have couples after the program who say, "Oh, um, we wish there would have been more about sexuality and sex." And so people come with different expectations, right? And prefer a different mix of topics. And I remember you mentioned just a bit earlier that one of the things that you were able to learn from the program, or that helped a lot, was learning more about sexuality and sex. And if you want to, if you feel comfortable, is that something, how did that impact um, sex or sexuality for you in your relationship? Or what was something that came out of the program in that regard?
Yeah. So yes, definitely. This is the one of the core topics I would say from the entire program. Sex is definitely one of the top three areas that are being discussed, and there are videos and materials that are focusing on this. So for us personally, it it somehow uh, help us first of all to discuss this topic, this to somehow take a time and really be honest. Yeah, because I think this this is somehow the base of not only a relationship in general, but also of somehow of a sexual relationship, of intimacy, to be really honest with the person and try and being connected, right? And somehow through discussing these things really openly and reflecting why I act maybe some way in certain situations,
Mm.
um, I could somehow caught myself. Okay, maybe I'm thinking like this because I have some bad experience, or maybe because of pornography background or whatever, some baggages that might be impacting my relationship nowadays. And thanks to discussing it and reflecting on it and being honest, especially with a partner, which is not that easy as it sounds. It it's somehow this new um, unlocking these new ways how to connect and how to build up also relationship in general and so this helped us. This helped us, and it also helped us somehow see some to maybe listen to others, what kind of problems they have, and to be able to see, okay, some problems that we might have. This is not just our problem. This is something what more couples might be facing, and this is also somehow helping to 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 work on this, because if you just a lot of people think, I have a problem and I'm ashamed of something, and I'm surely the only one who who is uh, who is having this issue, and all the others are living happily and without any problems, and everything is fine. But through these sharings and through this program, uh, you can really tap the reality and somehow not just stay on the surface.
Mhm. Yeah, thank you. I'm hearing that it was for sure a conversation starter, right? They kind of opened that door to talk more deeply about this topic with your spouse and also hear how other people are doing in that realm, because it's perhaps difficult to tap into this area out of nowhere. We don't didn't feel comfortable in the beginning talking about sexuality, and then there's a safe space where this topic is kind of being brought to light, and it's just okay to talk about it. Okay.
Yes, it's definitely not something what you usually talk at work or in general environment. So this is really unique setup that enables also these kind of conversations.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for sharing about your experience so far. Is there anything else that you would like to share with anyone who might be listening to the program, to this testimony?
Yeah, I would I would definitely say that if you really are ready to invest and you mean it seriously, if you're really honest and really want to invest to the third aspect in your relationship, the relationship itself, but also to a partner, your partner, then you should definitely use the program, because it uh, it offers lots. It offers a lot. It offers lots of materials. It offers lots of testimonies. It offers environment where you can freely talk about things that you otherwise cannot. And with the right mindset, it can be something that really makes uh, makes uh, makes a big improvement in your relationship. Can really uh, you can level up your relationship if you're really in it and have the right setup. And I would say, even though uh, I'm not newly blessed, but reflecting backwards, I would say for the couples that are really not yet very long together, and that they might be just starting the uh, the sexual intimacy and just discovering these things. It can be especially useful because they can really learn concepts that would help them to build a good base, and somehow avoid some common mistakes and common common issues that would be then more difficult uh, to fix later on. So I would definitely recommend, especially for the couples that are the start of their journey. Yeah.
Mm, okay. Because it's easier to work on stuff in the beginning than patterns that solidify later on, you'd say.
yes, it's always easy to build something new than to fix something which is not which has some which is not yet which has some issues, or which has some base that is not as stable.
Okay. Yes. Thank you, Philip, for sharing about your testimony about Radiant. And for anyone listening, as you heard, Radiant is open. It's going to open again um, 3 times a year. And it's, yeah, for young couples, useful. But also, if you've been blessed 5+ years, 10+ years as Philip and his wife, then there's still something that you might be able to take away from it. Okay. Thanks, everybody. And see you again next time.